and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be covering my 6-week postpartum update and some details on my firstborn son Maxwell. So if you are new to my channel or if you've watched some of my previous videos, I documented the end of my pregnancy and I documented my labour story, which was my last video, and now I'll be documenting my postpartum journey and my journey as a first-time mum, and obviously some updates with Maxwell as well. So I will get started. So today I am exactly 6 weeks postpartum. If you have watched my labour video, you will know that I had a C-section, so I have been recovering from having a C-section. I did also labour for 12 hours, so I did have a bit of a longer recovery than some women who have a planned C-section. So I will, get into the details. So speaking of my C-section, I'll just cover how I'm healing. So for the last few weeks I've had a little bit of trouble with one side of my incision healing properly. It's been a bit red and inflamed, so I've got some band-aids over it at the moment. My 6-week checkup isn't technically until next Tuesday, so I'm really hoping that it's properly healed and all good for when the doctors want to have a look at it and when they clear me off for any sort of exercise. Speaking of exercise, so if you're a first-time mum, if you're pregnant and expecting your first baby, you might not know this, but if you have a C-section, you can't really exercise for the first 6 weeks until you get a clearance from your doctor, because you want to make sure that your body is healing as it should, and don't push yourself too much because you don't want to slow down or jeopardize the healing process in any way. So I have been taking it really easy. I haven't done any exercise, which to be honest has been killing me. I have gone for walks with Maxwell and my husband Reese in his pram around the block, but definitely not too long of walks because I do get a little bit sore in the hips and things like that. But I have noticed that my muscles are starting to strengthen up again and I can laugh without it hurting my stomach. And yeah, when you have a C-section, obviously all those muscles are cut open and they need to heal back together again before you can go back to normal daily activities and things like that. So yes, I cannot wait to get back into my exercise and just lose the last, extra body fat that's still hanging around after having a baby. So speaking of that subject, I will cover a little bit of my weight. So I did have a girl private message me on Facebook the other day just asking about my pregnancy weight gain and pre-pregnancy weight loss, and she's sort of the same body type as me, has always been quite slim through her life and was a little bit worried about how much weight she'd been gaining throughout her pregnancy. So I started my pregnancy at about 59 kilos. I had really bad morning sickness, so I lost 5 kilos, so I was down to 54 kilos in my first trimester. And by the end of my pregnancy, by 41 weeks, I was 75 kilos. So from my pre-pregnancy weight to, when I was 41 weeks pregnant, I technically gained 16 kilos. But if you added on that 5 kilos that I'd lost and then regained, I technically gained a total of 21 kilos, which to me definitely sounded scary at the time and felt a little bit concerning, but I knew that I was having a big baby and I had a lot of swelling and a lot of extra fluid, so I wasn't too concerned. They do say that's the average amount of weight to gain anyway, and the doctors did not seem concerned at all. So I said in my labour video that Max was 4 kilos, and he's actually 4,020 grams, and my placenta itself weighed 800 grams. So that was exactly 5 kilos automatically gone from my placenta and my baby. Obviously some women won't have as big a babies as Max was, but it definitely takes a big chunk out of the weight that I'd gained, including fluid and water retention and things like that. You've got a lot of extra blood flowing to keep the blood going to the organs and to the baby to keep them healthy until you give birth. So I lost a lot of weight really quickly after I gave birth, and I was really surprised at how quickly I lost it. And today at 6 weeks postpartum, I'm 61 kilos. So I'm only 2 kilos heavier than what I was pre-pregnancy, which means I've lost 14 kilos since giving birth 6 weeks ago. And I know a lot of women do say that breastfeeding can help to lose weight, and I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I am breastfeeding exclusively. That might have contributed to the amount of weight that I've lost. I'm still eating as much as I used to. I'm not really focusing on my diet too much. I'm making sure that I'm getting all the nutrients that I need to make sure that Max is getting the nutrients through my milk. But yeah, I'm not really too focused. I'm still having, bags of biscuits and lollies and all that sort of stuff. I am drinking a whole lot more water than what I used to though, because when you breastfeed you get really thirsty and you just need to stay hydrated to make sure that your milk is good for the baby and you've got enough milk to feed them throughout the day. So another thing that I wanted to quickly chat about before I go on to Max's details is something that I'm finding I'm struggling with a little bit at 6 weeks postpartum, and that is a little bit of anxiety about going out of the house and going out and about. As I said, I am exclusively breastfeeding. I technically breastfed in public the other day, but Reese and I just went for a walk down to our local river and sat at a picnic table and had some hot chips, but there was nobody around. So yes, it was technically breastfeeding in public, but no one was there to see it. So I am a little bit anxious about going out of the house and going out to lunch with friends or going out to dinner with Reese, just because I don't really have that confidence yet to be out with Max, because that itself sort of worries me that he's going to cry and, people are going to look at us, and I know that's ridiculous, and I know that, hardly anyone's really going to judge me if my baby cries while I'm out, because that's their main way of communication and everybody knows that. But yeah, I do think I need to get out of the house a bit more now that I am 6 weeks postpartum and mostly healed. And that way, once I start getting out of the house, I can sort of break that ice and feel more comfortable, and yeah, just get better at it and not be so anxious about being out in public with Max if he needs a feed or nappy change or he's crying and needs soothing. I'll be able to cope. So moving on to Maxwell updates. Obviously, me being 6 weeks postpartum means that he is 6 weeks old today. And a midwife does a home visit every week up until 6 weeks. So we had our last midwife home visit on Tuesday just gone. Today is Thursday, so 2 days ago. And Max was weighing at 6.2 kilos. So a heavy boy. He is 60 centimeters long. I'm not sure about his head circumference. So we have our 6 week postpartum and 6 week baby doctor's appointment next Tuesday for his vaccinations and for my clearance to drive and exercise and do all that stuff. So at 6 weeks old, Maxwell is thriving. He is developing so quickly. It's truly amazing to see how far they come in the first 6 weeks and how much more alert and aware of their surroundings they are. Maxwell can look at Reese from across the room and follow him as Reese walks away. He loves looking at this one certain painting that we've got in our lounge room. He is cooing a lot, he's talking to us, he's definitely separating his cries for what he needs, whether he's uncomfortable and needs a nappy change, or if he's tired, or if he's hungry, or if he just wants to be held and be a little koala, as we call him. But yeah, he is developing so quickly and rapidly, and it's amazing to see. He is smiling at us, and he is definitely not gas smiling at us. They do say that in the first 6 weeks there's a reflex when they have gas to smile technically, but these are real smiles. These are social smiles, as they call them, which is pretty cool to see. He has discovered his fists as well, so he sucks on his fists quite a lot, which I'm okay with. I don't think he's going to turn into a thumb sucker. Yes, we have introduced a dummy every now and again just to help him soothe during day naps, because he does not want to sleep during the day because he is too alert and too aware of what's going on. He also loves to grab hold of my fingers and bring them to his mouth and suck on my fingers. I think he's just really a baby that loves to suck on things, and it's soothing for him, and that's okay with me. Things that Maxwell loves at 6 weeks old is he loves being outside. Absolutely loves it. Even though here in St. George in Queensland it is close to 40 degrees almost every single day, and I think he just loves the heat as well, but he loves being outside. He loves looking up at all the trees and hearing all the different noises. Earlier this morning I took him out as my husband was mowing the lawn, and he fell asleep in my arms while the lawnmower was going sort of next to him. So that's something he loves, is to be outside. And yeah, he falls asleep to really anything. He fell asleep to the vacuum the other day, he fell asleep to the lawnmower today, But if you put him in a quiet room, he'll wake up so quickly and you're just like, I just got you down. So I think he's definitely a baby that really likes to be around noise, and yeah, that helps calm him down to know that people are around him and things are going on, and he's in a safe place. Okay, so I think that is all for now. This was hopefully a quick video, and I will update you guys on my maybe an 8-week postpartum video, but in the meantime I will be doing a breastfeeding video and a C-section recovery video. The C-section recovery video will definitely cover a lot of things that I didn't know personally about recovering from a C-section, things that I really haven't spoken about before, and breastfeeding will cover all the tips and tricks that I've learnt while breastfeeding for the last 6 weeks, things that I didn't expect to happen, and things that I thought were going to happen that didn't. So I definitely have a lot to talk about with breastfeeding, including some clothes that I've recently brought as well. I'm going to show you guys them and tell you where I got them from. They're amazing. Hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Please leave a comment, just saying hi, introduce yourself, let me know, if you're expecting anytime soon. And if you have any suggestions of videos that you'd like to see, please leave them in the comments. Hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Say that as an airplane goes over the top. All the tips and tricks that